I thought this was kind of fun today. So Nick decided to tweet today. He decided to get back to X. Not the X you might think. Not that X. The Twitter service X. If he does X, he might be really, really fucked. Nick was responding to, I believe, Josh from Kiwi Farms on Twitter. I could be wrong. When Josh was talking about the story I told, they asked me if Nick ever said anything bad about Vic. And I said, the only thing I really remember about Nick talking about the Vic case, we were in my kitchen, and Nick was, he was just kind of saying how he didn't think the thing was his fault, and he kind of made fun of Nick. He's like, or Vic, he's like, Vic's clearly gay. And I'm like, well, he's like, yeah, he hangs out with girls and stuff, but like so gay. And that was it. Like, it was a harmless little anecdote that I told on Keno Casino. In fact, I even said, he never really talked about Vic that much. That's all I remember him saying about Vic. Well, that must have really set Nick off. He must have not heard the Keno Casino thing. And by the way, Nick lied to me about Andy Worski. He said, the reason I don't like Andy Worski is because he said Kayla tried to give him a hand job when she walked him home. And Andy's like, no, I didn't. I said that she was really flirty at the bar in front of you toward me. And I thought it was weird. Which I wouldn't think that's weird. Kayla can be a flirty girl. She's a lot of fun. Kayla can be a lot of fun in social situations. So I believe Andy's story. And Nick turned out to be a fucking, like, almost pathological with his shit. So I have a hard time believing him. So Nick tweets out towards Josh about me and what I said about what he said about the Vic thing. Let's put this up on the screen. He said, yeah, right. Now this guy is a calculus equation as credibility approaches negative infinity. Hey, Nick, that's a little bit too long. Like, I'm sorry, I have to do this a lot with your jokes, Nick. It's a little too long, and you're trying way too hard to prove you know smart people words. Shut the fuck up and remember to keep it concise and funny. You're forgetting the funny part. Brevity is the soul of wit, my man. But that's interesting. That's a ballsy take. To a guy who literally, I saw all this stuff with my own eyes, experienced it myself, had these conversations, and he's going, credibility approaches negative infinity. Really, the guy who's ratted himself out about everything he's done, a guy who's detailed every degenerate act he's committed versus the guy who won't even admit he has a fucking addiction when he got caught with 26 grams of coke and a gun with 5 kids in the fucking house. I'm the one with negative infinity credibility? Oh, sweetheart, that is the cutest fucking thing I've ever heard you say next to, I'm totally going to help you and your wife with their problems. You opportunistic cunt. Shut the fuck up. Credibility approaches negative infinity. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lack of self-awareness warning. Nick Rekieta. Don't forget to grab the SpaghettiOs on your way out, douche. So I tweeted back, and now, first of all, this guy should not be tweeting. He shouldn't be writing on Instagram, because here's why. He comes off as an unlikable cunt. Now, I come off as an unlikable cunt, but I'm being an unlikable cunt. He thinks he's the fucking good guy. He thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, but he's being an unbearable cunt. So he's tweeting, he's Instagramming, he's going on locals, he's talking about streaming. Now, if he's still representing himself, that makes sense. He's got the world's shittiest lawyer. I've heard a rumor that Nick Rekieta's lawyer, if it is him, can't even show up for a fucking traffic ticket when he's representing someone. So if I'm Nick Rekieta, I wouldn't trust my lawyer if my lawyer's Nick Rekieta. They say that a lawyer who represents himself has a fool for a client. I would say it kind of cuts both ways in this instance. So he says, yeah, right. Now this guy is a calculus equation as credibility approaches negative infinity. See, that's what happens. I left the house, so I wasn't there to teach Nick how to be funny. So now we get really lame tweets like this. But don't worry. His boy came over the top and set him straight. I just wrote, hey, sweetie, keep it shut. I was more coherent for these conversations than you were. Only one of us has gotten our wives arrested due to our drug habit. If you'll excuse me, I have to go make dinner for my children. I have to tell you guys, I was pretty fucking proud of that tweet. I liked it. I thought it was pretty goddamn good that little tweet. I have to go make dinner for my children. You see, Nick's not allowed to make dinner for his children right now because he wouldn't admit he's got a fucking problem. Because he had 26 grams of coke in the house with a fucking gun under the bed and 5 fucking kids. And he was passing out on his fucking streams and embarrassing himself in front of the entire goddamn world. Credibility approaches negative infinity. Suck my fucking dick. Credibility approaches negative infinity. Holy shit. Do you not like, do like the men in black come and wash your memory every morning when you wake? Wait a minute. Does Nick Rekieta have the Drew Barrymore disease in 50 First Dates? Oh my God, that might be what happened. We've got to get that Beach Boys song and we got to start making a video to remind Nick of everything that's happened in his life since the last time he hit his head. Because he probably suffered devastating short-term memory loss and his brain wipes clean every single morning. That would explain all of it, because otherwise he's just a devious, lying sack of shit. But he might actually be mentally ill. Well, it could be both. But he might have a traumatic brain injury. We never really looked into that. It's very possible. Oh, no. I've been mocking and ridiculing and humiliating this man for days on end now. And now I might be bullying someone with a traumatic brain injury. Now I really feel like shit. Oh, no. By the way, that tweet doing very, very well. I have to say. Very proud of it.